What is up, my Lorcana goons, and happy Rise of the Floodborn weekend. I hope you guys are having a great start to your Friday morning. It is November 17th, and we're going to talk about some Lorcana stuff today. We have a lot of market details to go over, so I'm going to try and keep it quick and concise. And as you can tell, there was no intro this time because I got to get this video uploaded and line up at my local so that I can make sure I get some Rise of the Floodborn products. And I hope you guys get some too. So with that being said, I do want to say like, comment, and subscribe to Lorcana Goons if you like Lorcana content because I am committed and we are going to go on this journey together. If you guys have been looking at social media, the Rise of the Floodborn booster boxes are out today along with the gift sets and a couple other items, and people are already getting them, cracking them. There's prices for these enchanteds. There's scalpers hoarding, bombarding the Disneylands. It's kind of crazy. But let's get on into this. Check out these booster boxes for Rise of the Floodborn. These are going to have a current market price still of less than $300. About $280 is what you're going to pay. $274.99 on an unopened booster box right here is the lowest verified price. So kind of crazy. We did see the pre-order stay around this price, and now on release day, it looks like the boxes haven't gone up too much on TCG Player, but I know these have been bouncing around. But do expect to pay market price at some of these LGSs. Unfortunately, a lot of LGSs are not going to do MSRP, along with the starter decks as well. The market price for the starter decks looks like it's going to be about $30-ish, maybe a little less than $30. I feel like a lot of players and people already know that the starter decks are going to be a little easier to come by rather than not, so these aren't going to be like $45 out the gate like the first wave was, but that's going to be the market price. However, the market price for the 100th collector's edition for the gift set of Rise of the Floodborn has been settling at about 150 for the resale value. This is about double MSRP. This gift set MSRP was a little bit more than the last gift set, which is kind of interesting. I have the last gift set right here, and it's basically the same thing. You get 4 packs. Instead of getting a Hades and a Mulana promo, you get the 6 promos, right? People are listing the promo cards for an absurd amount as well. I've seen some for as much as $50. As you can see, this is a promo from the pack, and people have it listed for as low as $32, which is a little wild. But I do kind of see the reasoning behind it because a lot of people are going to be buying this gift set without opening it. So when you open it, you do get those cards. I don't think those promos are going to be worth that much money when the Mulan promos on them aren't worth anything. However, these are alternate art, which is kind of cool. I honestly do wonder what's the deal with the gift set and why it's this expensive. Obviously, that limited edition kind of does a lot for the pricing, but I want to see what happens in the future. Hopefully, these aren't going to stay this expensive because I want one myself, but man, this resale value for these is a little wild. As you can see, the gift set is not the only thing that is expensive. The market price for the booster packs are going to be around $16. This is to be expected. We saw this with the first chapter. There's no reason to not assume this is going to happen with chapter 2, right? I've seen people try and sell these packs for $20, and I've seen people successfully sell these for $20 on the resale market. That's going to be the market price for the booster packs. The troves, however, are actually pretty I guess not as expensive as the first chapter troves, right? The MSRP for the troves is supposed to be about $50, but the resale is going to be about double. So the market price for these is going to be about $100, maybe a little more, maybe even 120. So that is a little wild for the troves. You get 8 packs in the trove, and the market price for these is over $100. The market price for the chapter 1 trove is still pretty expensive. It's actually more than this one. So take that with a grain of salt, right? But we have some enchanted news here. Check out the most expensive enchanted rare from the Rise of the Floodborn. We have Cinderella, and we have some listings as of today live on TCG Player. So if you're pulling a Cinderella Enchanted, you're gonna be in your bag today. So we have some listings here, verified, non-verified, for as low as $625 for the non-verified by Panda Palace, and then a verified seller, Domino Collectibles, has it for $650. I believe Domino Collectibles is in California. $650 is gonna be the listed price for the Cinderella. Now on eBay, there's a couple more. I'll get to that right now, but this is what's gonna be on TCG Player. $650 is the lowest listing for the Enchanted Cinderella. Wow, that is kind of cool. I wonder if this is going to see heights like Elsa or it's going to see lows like Hades. What do you guys think? I think this card's really good of being a meta contender, and on top of that, the artwork is just beautiful, right? And we even have some more Enchanteds listed, like Arthur, Wizard's Apprentice. That one's kind of crazy because the Arthur's Wizard's Apprentice was one of the ones that I thought was really cool, but I didn't expect this listing price. So we have a listing price of $569 with 89 cents for the Enchanted Arthur Wizard's Apprentice. probably one of my favorite enchanteds, but man, this price is kind of nice. I remember when the first chapter came out and the enchanted prices were pretty hyped, but I do want to say that Elsa and Mickey were the ones that stayed the highest for a really long time. And I want to see if Arthur and Cinderella are going to do that as well. Yeah, and then for the third enchanted we'll go over today is going to be Snow White. This enchanted rare is a little bit less than I thought it would be. I thought this one was going to compete with Cinderella, but I guess not. Maybe it's because of the meta capability, maybe it's the artwork, right? But check this out. This is going to be as low as $349.98, basically 350. So if you pull an enchanted Snow White, 350 today. That's kind of nice, right? But we are gonna check out eBay because eBay has several enchanteds listed, but at some absurd prices in my opinion. So TCG Player has that Snow White for 350, and eBay people have it listed for 700. There's an Alice listed for 800. There is another Snow White listed for 1,200, and then there's the Namari listed for 400. So this is a little outrageous in my opinion for these prices. We need to see some more reasonable prices, and we can go to the completed and sold items because we do know that listed price does not mean completed or sold, prices. And there's not that much information on how many have sold, but we can go on 130 point. This is one of my favorite websites and check here. And we do have a Pete enchanted that sold for 185G pounds, basically. So that's about $200 for the Pete. That's a pretty good price in my opinion. We have the Alice, the enchanted Alice. This one sold yesterday actually for 280 USD. And then we have the enchanted Beast. This one sold yesterday as well for around 200 USD. So there are a couple enchanted sales from Floodborn on eBay, and you can check those out on 130 point. Looks like 3, but they're selling for about 2 to 300 for the enchanteds that people aren't really looking for, that aren't the princesses, right? But we'll go ahead and go over the Elsa enchanted because this was the enchanted that was ruling the first chapter. And now check out all these listings. There's 36 listings, and most of them are at that $500 mark. We have several people who have it listed for $500, $499, $499. Even this guy, Vegas Singles, has it listed. He's a verified seller with more than 7,000 sales. $499. Thank you for dictating this low enchanted Elsa price. I wonder how low Elsa is gonna go. We have Hades, the King of Olympus. This enchanted is about $100. Vegas Singles again with the lowest verified price with $110. Chapter 1 price is still dipping. Even the Chapter 1 booster box is hitting as low as $220 on TCG Player. I'm pretty sure you could probably find these for even cheaper in real life now. So good luck if you guys want some Chapter 1. I think Chapter 1 cards are still very much relevant in the Rise of the Floodborn. But let's go on to these Rise of the Floodborn singles because that's where we're at today. The single prices, obviously the pre-sales and the pre-orders for singles are a terrible idea. These were listed for like $80 a week ago, and now $45 seems like a more reasonable price for a Bell Legendary. So I'm not going to pay attention to the pre-sale price because all that's just absurd. So we're going to start off this Floodborn Market Watch with Bell as our most expensive legendary. It's a $45 legendary right now with the lowest verified seller being Galaxy Buster TCG. Seems a little overhyped in my opinion, but I'm not going to get super into the card meta because we just don't know what's going to happen. But the cold foils for this card are expensive. $125 for a cold foil legendary Bell. It's not just the Bell, by the way. A lot of these cold foil legendaries are super expensive out the gate. But the non-foils, there aren't as expensive as I thought they would be, right? So the Alice is going to be selling for about $40 for a non-foil legendary Alice. And if we go to the cold foil section, bam, we're going to see $115 for the lowest verified. Another legendary price, we're going to have Beast, Tragic Hero, $25 for the lowest listed verified, with shipping included by J-Dog Cards. Thank you for dictating this decent legendary Beast price, I think. I like this card. However, if we go to the cold foils, we're going to see it being more than $100. Holy heck, this is a $140 foil legendary. Wow, that's kind of cool. I really hope I pull one of these because this is a nice foil. I mean, we need to check how many were sold for that foil price. It doesn't seem like any were sold for that foil price yet. So that's not the price. That's just the listed price, guys. So if you guys do pull some of these cold foils, be sure to get your values worth. And if you guys are looking to hollow out your Rise of the Floodborn decks this quick, maybe don't pay these prices today. Maybe give it the weekend. Maybe look for some trades. I know the product is hard to find, though. Mufasa, the Amber Legendary, is as low as $22.90. You guys let me know if that's a good price for any of these legendaries, by the way. We have the foil Mufasa for $100 basically. The banana stand, 97.97 for this foil legendary Mufasa. Interesting, interesting. We have Scar, the vicious cheater. This legendary is going to be about $35. Very similar to the way Maleficent, Monsters, Dragon, and Elsa were, and Belle. $35 legendary right here, guys, by J-Dog cards, 34.20 with shipping included. The cold foils for these are going to be less than $100, but that's still really expensive. $81.99 for this cold foil legendary. It seems like people caught on to the fact that the cold foil legendaries are extremely hard to pull, and instead of listing them low, everyone's listing them super high at the gate. We have Beast Relentless. This legendary is going to be about $33 for the lowest verified TCG seller. That's kind of cool. Some Emerald support for you, and that's a $30 legendary. And there you go. This foil is $100 as well, and this comes as an enchanted too. We have Sisu, the Sapphire legendary. This is going to be about $30 as well. Most of these legendaries look like they're going to be about $30 minus a couple, and the foil for this one is going to be less than $100 actually. Wow, it's going to be $79.85 by Scoop Phase. I love that name, guys. Anyways, let's get on to some more legendaries. As you can see, I'm trying to go fast because there's so many cards to talk about today. We have Fairy Godmother Mystic Armor. This legendary is going to be less than $30. That's kind of surprising to me. The Scoop Phase, again, with this low price of $27.50 for the Fairy Godmother legendary. The cold foils on these, $100 as well. It's looking like every legendary is going to be at least $100 if it's cold foil. So that seems like a nice market to me if you want to get some cold foil legendaries. The Donald Duck Not Again legendary is super cheap. This dude is only $7.50 out the door. Why do you guys think that is? I've seen people use this card, but maybe it's just not that good. But we have Donald Duck, $7.50. This might be our cheapest legendary from the set, guys. Let's check out this cold foil price, though, because Donald Duck being a main Disney character, I would think is a higher cold foil price. But nope, this cold foil is only about $55. Very neat. So I feel like this is an actual reasonable cold foil price, even though the non-foil price is super low. Like, I feel like cold foil should be around this price for legendaries, but who knows? Those $100 marks are crazy. Another legendary we have is going to be Snow White, Well Wisher. Not the best card in my opinion, but then that's going to probably dictate that price right there at $12.99 plus $5 shipping, so closer to about $18, right? We have Ronin TCG, who has it for $17.99, 10,000 plus sales, and it's shipping included. So shout out you guys for this low enchanted price. If you guys want to make your dwarves decks, there you go. However, the foil for this Snow White is going to be $54.90, so $54 for this foil Snow White. Namari, Morning Mist. This card is also pretty low for a legendary. It's only about $12, so around the price that Ursula was at from the last format. This is like an Ursula equivalent legendary right now. So we pull Namari. It's only about $12 for the legendary. Still better than Gantu and Takao, though, right? The foil on these right now is selling for $40. So $40 for a foil Namari. Madam Mim Purple Dragon. This card was listed on TCG Player as a pre-sales, a pre-order for about $70. And check out this price today out the gate. It is a measly $15 legendary. This card is okay, but it's just very specific. It's for a very specific deck, so the demand for it's not going to be that high. The cold foil for this one is also going to be a little bit expensive, though. Surprisingly, it's going to be a $100 foil by the banana stand on the lowest verified. That's kind of cool. But we have some more going on here. We have Cinderella as our highest selling super rare. This one is going to be close to $30. It's a $28 super rare. Kind of makes sense. It reminds me of Tinkerbell when the first chapter first came out. After we go on to the person that has 4,000 sales, the Scoop Phase again. Shout out you guys. It's going to be $29.85. So about a $30 super rare, which was kind of to be expected if you're kind of comparing prices to the first chapter. This is like the Tinkerbell of the second chapter. It might be used just as much as Tinkerbell was, if not more. Definitely a really good card, and that price seems pretty warranted for the first week of the game, right? Cogsworth, being another popular super rare that's in this set, is going to be about $10. It's going to be $9.20 by the Scoop Phase with shipping included. So low prices on the Cogsworth. Let's check out these cold foil prices though, because I didn't look at them earlier. Wow, cold foil Cogsworth $36.50. That's pretty nice. Let's check out the cold foil Cinderella. I'm curious now. Curious now. Cold Foil Cinderella is going to be $60. $60 minimum on the lowest verified. And if we go to 5,000 salesperson, it's going to be $61. So that's kind of cool. Wow, some of these cold foils are pretty high. Pinocchio is going to be a rare that is also looked out for. These rares are about $3. I do want to check out the cold foils for this one now, though, because the cold foils are going to be about $7.90. So not too crazy on the Pinocchio. That's a pretty good price for a rare Pinocchio. There's a lot of rares in this set that are pretty popular. Strength of a Raging Fire is going to be a big one. Mysterious as the Dark Side of the Moon. We have Scoop Face, who has it for $4 for this rare. We have Prince John. Prince John is a extremely popular rare. This is a hyped card for the discard engine in the Emerald deck, and the rares are going to be as low as $6.55 with shipping included. Wow. And then we even have some cold foil sales happening today. These are going to be $13 for the cold foil. I think if we were to compare rares, right, this is probably, in my opinion, one of the rares that people are going to be looking for the most, like the way people were looking for Cusco or Lilo. So a less than $10 rare seems like a good buy, in my opinion, for this card, or a good trade, right? And for the foils, that's pretty good too. The Sorcerer's Spellbook is going to be a $2 rare, but the foil on this one is kind of cool because the foil is a little expensive. The foil for the Sorcerer's Spellbook is $30. So for whatever reason, the lowest listing price for the Sorcerer's Spellbook is going to be $30 for the foil. There's no sales yet though, so we'll see what happens with that. But $30 for a rare foil seems a little wild to me on that one. Shere Khan, one of the best rares, if not one of the best cards in all of Rise of the Floodborn. This rare is going to be about $7 out the gate. Interesting, interesting. I would have thought they would have been a little bit more, with the cold foils being about $20. So $20 for a cold foil Shere Khan seems pretty good in my opinion. Flynn Rider is another one we got here. This rare lets you shift onto your current Flynn from Chapter 1. It's only going to be about $5, which is pretty good to see. I want to go over these rare prices because we do remember how crazy some of the rares were from Chapter 1, like Lilo and Cusco being about $20 for a good amount of time. So as of the very first day, these are only about $5 for the rares and $15 for the foils on the Flynn. World's Greatest Criminal Mind is another popular rare, about $5. So another $5 rare right there. Madam Min, Rival of Merlin, is going to be about a $4 rare, a good card to play with your Merlin and Madam Mim decks. Gaston, Intellectual Powerhouse. This card comes in the starter deck. I remember last week we looked at this and the price was at like $23 for the single. Now look at this guy, only $4. And he comes out in the starter deck foil. It's going to be the same thing. So I'm Stuck is an interesting one. This is a common card, but it's about $2 for this common card. I'm not sure why. I didn't think this card was that good, but hey, $2 for a common, I'll take it. That's like Simba. And even the foil is about $7, almost $8. We have some other uncommons that are kind of up there in the price the way Cheshire Cat and Flynn Rider were. Rapunzel, a gifted artist, is going to be about a $4 uncommon right now. So that's kind of cool. If you pull this uncommon, make sure you're getting your value, guys. Make sure you put it to the side. If you want to sell it, you want to get some trades out of it, it's one of the uncommons. It's going to be worth some money in the set. The foil for this is going to be about $10 too. That's always nice. Bell Bookworm is another uncommon that is going to be a little bit more than $1. This is about a $2 uncommon. Might even go up, might go down. We'll see what happens with Bell. Prince Never Gives Up. This card comes in the starter deck as well, but these are easily $1. So these are always going to hold $1 value, I think. And now we finally have our Lilo Limbo segment. So everybody, let's say goodbye to Lilo Limbo because after this market watch, we have no need to cover Lilo anymore, unless she goes up, which she might, who knows. But the market has been coming down, and I do believe it is settling now at some good prices for Chapter 1. Chapter 2 is going to be a little inflated and exaggerated, so let's go ahead and check out what happened to Chapter 1 due to the release of Chapter 2. So Lilos are as low as, Jesus, they're as low as $350 on an unverified seller and about $440 by Level Up Games. That's kind of cool. That's a light played though. So near mint we have Swag for Nerds, $490. So about a $5 rare for the Lilo. Some cool legendaries that have gone down in price significantly are going to be Hades. No longer in that $30 mark, guys. Hades is going to be about $22.92 on the lowest verified TCG player salesperson. That is awesome. Shout out you guys, S'mores DBS Emporium. You guys have some good pricing cards today. Hades less than $25, less than $23 at a $22.85 market price. That is pretty cool. Always good to see. Always good to see. And then we have some more legendaries that are coming up, like Carefree Surfer Stitch. This card's still good in the next chapter. So pretty surprised that it's less than 25 bucks, but we have some here. Buy a Gamer's Cave for $22 with shipping included. Shout out you guys. That's a pretty good price, I think, for the Carefree Surfer Stitch. It's kept its value, but it's gone down enough so people can buy it and play it. Same thing with cards like Elsa, Spirit of Winter. This is about a $25 legendary now. Used to be in the 40s, used to be a lot more, and now it's about 25 bucks. We even have some updates on Maleficent Monstrous Dragon as well. Less than $25. Very similar to that Hades price. About $22 on the market price today for Maleficent Monstrous Dragon. And then we have our next John Silver. Ooh, this guy has taken a bit of a dive, right? This guy was jumping up and down the market. He's gone all the way up to highs of more than $30, and now he's back down to $15. It's going to be $14.49 by Wilson's Widgets. That's kind of wild in my opinion. I think John Silver's still really good in The Rise of the Floodborn. We'll see what happens though, right? Wow, John Silver's. And I do want to check the cold foil price on John Silver's because these were always pretty high. $33 is still a reasonable price for that cold foil John Silver. All right, now we have Rapunzel. The most expensive legendary in the first chapter is now going to be about $48.97. This actually went back up. There were some that were listed for as low as 40 bucks yesterday. They were like $2 shipping and something like that. But now we're starting to see that it's kind of hitting back at like the $45 mark. It might go back to 50 just because I do think the new Rapunzel is very good too, and it's very good to combo off with this Rapunzel. But yeah, close to $50, a big difference from that $60 mark that it was at for a very long time. And the cold foils are going to be less than $100 finally consistently. These are going to be $80 now. So $80 for the cold foil Rapunzel. Still keeping that value, but not as expensive as it was before. Ursula Power Hungry, less than $10 now for this legendary. That's always good to see. Lowest verified going to be Rocket Pop Gaming at $9.90. So if you need cards from Chapter 1, guys, I think now's a very good time to pick up cards from Chapter 1. Rockstar Stitch. This card is less than $10, and I think this card is so good in Rise of the Floodborn. I'm definitely going to hollow out my Rockstar Stitches because I'm going to be using them to play my Cinderellas and my new Queens. This card pretty good. Can't believe it's less than $10. It's going to be as low as $7.78 by Gamer's Cave. Shout out you guys for this low market price. And that is all we have to go over today, guys. Rise of the Floodborn is going to be legal for tournament play and on the shelves of your LGSs and some Disneyland stores starting today. It is 6:30 in the morning. I gotta go get ready so I can go line up at my LGS. I'm really excited, guys. I can't wait for the new format. I'm just really hoping that all of us are able to acquire product and it's not going to be as much of a mess as it was for the first chapter. But all in all, I'm pretty excited. You guys let me know what you guys think of these prices. In my opinion, very briefly, the prices are going to fluctuate, guys. That's why I do these Market Watch videos, because from today to Monday, these prices are going to be way different. But if you're watching these videos, I do appreciate you. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to Lorcana Goons because it means a lot to me. And when you're doing trades and you're doing your smart shopping, be sure to take into consideration the current price of that very minute. Pull out your phone, check TCG Player yourself, even though you have seen these videos, because these prices just go up and down. We saw it with the first chapter. It's going to happen again with Rise of the Floodborn. So be on the lookout for those prices, guys. I really hope you guys can get some product, and I really hope you guys do some smart shopping. This has been Lorcana Goons. My name is Kevin, and we will see you guys next time. Be sure to stay tuned to Lorcana Goons for more content. I have a starter deck video going up tomorrow. I tried to get it up yesterday, but oh man, it was just a mess. But thank you guys. I really appreciate it, and good luck again finding Rise of the Floodborn. We will see you goons next time.